Hello everyone! Are you a plant lover? Because if you love plants, you're gonna love this project. My video today is not about the plant itself, but it is about the pot that holds the plant. I have been looking at painted pots in the internet for quite a while, and I just can't get over all those stunning, beautiful, colorful painted pots. But deep inside, I never thought I would be able to do it myself. But maybe because I was feeding my desire for too long, finally I got the courage to do it. And I did it. And guess what? It's great, guys. It turned out so nice. And I want to show you how I did it. So if you want to see it, stick around. You're welcome to Be My Joy. The materials I used for this project were the primer, paints in different color, a very fine sandpaper, brushes, the microfiber cloth, and the pot itself. So I start sanding the pots, but in a very gentle way, just to get rid of some dirty or small imperfections. And after this, I'm gonna use my microfiber cloth just to clean the dust of my sanding. I have to make sure that the pot is all clean and dry before I start with my primer. And my primer is gonna be my first application. It is very important because the primer serves as a sealer. I am applying the primer in the inner sides of my pots. And I have to make sure that I cover every single corner of the pot with my primer. And when I say every single corner, it means inside and outside. So now I start applying outside, going all the way around my pot. And note, guys, that between the applications, I also have to respect the drying time. It might seem that I'm applying in one go, but actually I have to wait a few hours before dry and move on to the next part. Have a look how I'm trying to cover up all the pots. And then actually I can move on to the ring on the top outside. And in a few minutes I will have all my pots covered with my primer, especially on the edges as well. But it's not only the pot, so I have my saucers. So I have to start with my saucer at the top and make sure that also I paint my saucer at the bottom. And as I finish my saucers, I can actually start popping up my colors, my basic colors. So for this project, I'm using the light blue, the light pink, and the light yellow for my base colors, okay? I have to say sorry here because I just screw up with my camera settings. It's way too bright and you guys, you can't actually see the colors that I'm applying, but it's just the starting. The fact that I used my primer first, it helps me to have a more uniform color as well. So here, just one coat, it was enough. I didn't actually need to apply 2 coats of my base color. And remember what I said about the drying time of my primer? The same applies for my paints. I need to wait the drying time before I move on to the next part. The process can be a little bit slow, but I'm sure I'm getting there with all my pots and all my saucers with the base colors, which you couldn't actually see from my recordings, but have a look now on the photos from inside and outside. Now my pot is ready for the design. And my design. So let me tell you, I'm not artist. I can't draw anything nicely. So my choice here was a composition of abstract forms. Before doing anything on my pot, I did a sketch just to have an idea of my composition, of my design. And from that sketch, I'm trying to transfer the design into the pot as close as I can, and then I can actually start applying my colors. The first one is blue. Look at this. And I don't know why, but my hands were shaking. Maybe because I might be nervous or a little bit anxious. I just, the truth, I just didn't want to mess it up with my design. But it was just at the beginning, and then I got into the flow. And my second color is red. At that moment, I was a little bit more relaxed and I could just, as I said, go with the flow, so it was fine. For the blue and for the red, I applied 2 coats just to give a very nice finish. And as I was finished with my red color, my next one is green. So we have blue, red, and green. I want the pot as colorful as possible, because if there is something that brings me joy, that thing is color. So that's why I'm adding 2 more colors. So now is the yellow one, is the last block color, but I'm gonna add also black dots to finish my pot. This project was a hell of a journey, a lot of materials, a lot of time, a lot of patience also. But Be My Joy is all about trying, experiment, and I couldn't be happier with the final results. Have a look at the pot, guys, in this 360 view. It's really gorgeous, it's cute, it's beautiful, I love it. Let's be honest, for someone who doesn't really draw anything, that's not bad. I will just apply some varnish to preserve the painting, but it is good to use it. I'm sure I'm gonna be busy for a little while painting the other pots too. Look at my Scheffler. She's beautiful, she's healthy, she gives me oxygen, she gives me life. So no harm in giving her and giving to my space also a little bit of joy with these painted pots. Honestly, I love doing this project and I can't wait to do the other pots and see how they go. But how about you? Did you like it? So it is your turn now to put it in the comment below what you think about this project. Guys, I hope you enjoyed. Thank you for watching and see you next time.